What's going on there, Reject Nation? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. We are going to continue Peacemaker today. Monkey Dory, Season 1, Episode 5. This show is awesome. I love this show. If you guys can go ahead and hit that like button, that would be so appreciated. Subscribe, click that notification bell to get notified when our reaction for the next Peacemaker is up. And while you're at it, leave a comment on what you thought about this episode. Helps the engagement, the algorithm, know that stuff. As always, full-length watch-alongs where you sync up with the time code for Peacemaker will be over at our Patreon page. Massive thank you to all who become Superajacks by joining us on the journey over there. I said that's weird. Lastly, the boys at Prepper. Thank you guys so much for helping us edit down these highlights. Slaves. Let's get to it. This is the first intro to have a dour tone to it.
Ooh.
Aw, it's an affectionate son.
It's very meaningful to me, but no. I'm not gonna eat it.
You should, out of respect.
Should probably codename that shit.
They enter the human body through one of its orifices and burrow through the brain, where they're then in control of the body.
They go through the butt?
I think that's just some creativity on the part of whomever did the animation.
Superman's an alien. He's got a poop fetish.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah. He uberliebe's the old shiz, as I understand it.
Where do you get this nonsense?
The fluid seems to be the butterfly's only food source. This was on the bulletin board in the Goff home. Leota noticed that this is also where Annie Sturphausen was employed.
You fucking suck at PowerPoint, goddamn.
Yep.
I didn't mean to put your father in prison.
Then why'd you put him there, you fat fuck?
Because I couldn't think of anybody else.
What about Ariana Grande or Drake?
What?
Khloe Kardashian, the red tiger from Voltron, Joe Montana, Joe Montana, Eddie Murphy, Michael Jordan, Michael B. Jordan, BTS, Eugene Levy, Danny DeVito.
The raw amber fluid is potentially processed and bottled at Glantai Bottling Company. Glantai is in Little Cork, about 2 hours northwest of here. So y'all are gonna take a field trip and see what you can find out.
Road trip?
Just take my prints. Check and see if they match those ones you found in the apartment or if someone's gaming the system. Because I didn't fucking do it.
Then who did?
Moment of truth.
I shared that fucking son.
Oh?
Being a bully is just part of his personality.
What?
Like how you used to call my brother Prince Charming.
My brother was a handsome man. That was a compliment.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I don't think he considered it a compliment that you called him Prince Charming because his penis was shaped like a scepter. Called me Thimble.
Thimble?
Yeah, I was a late bloomer. I didn't go through puberty until my mid-20s. But the other guys, after Chris came up with a nickname for him, usually based on their penises, they would just walk into the other room and sob because that would become their name for the rest of their life.
Why are you seeing their penises?
It's a locker room, dude. What am I gonna do? Look at a towel? My friend Vaney McVaynerstein said I was like a gypsy, but with dicks instead of palms. Hey, I got bullied too.
Oh.
My kid's calling me a bully all the time and telling me I was abusive.
They should make that like an online marketing thing. Upload your dick and then Peacemaker will give it a nickname. Perfect.
We could always do a White Snake power ballad.
What about some jazz?
Jazz. I'd rather listen to Vigilante's quiet farts back there than jazz.
No, I didn't.
Bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop.
What's that?
Someone's acting out.
Not Peacemaker.
You guys got any Hanoi Rocks up there?
You know Hanoi Rocks.
Who's Hanoi Rocks?
Only the greatest band of all time. They're the original glam metal. They started it all.
So many streets in this country named after Martin Luther King Jr., but not a single Hanoi Rocks Avenue.
Aww.
Lit Street Kids?
No, it says 11th Street Kids.
Dude, that's one of their best songs.
Yeah. I saw them in Finland when I was 14 during a year abroad.
Bonding.
What a shame. We're here.
You're a butterfly. butterfly, man. You don't need that gun.
Who knocks on a window when there's a door right there?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Walter said you needed my help.
Situation is delicate. Requires something other than your usual sledgehammer.
Well, these days, Mern, I'm barely bald peen. I'll take care of you.
Okay, Reese Fons, Ben Mendelsohn.
No. No.
Fuck me.
Come on.
They made us do it! We were afraid for our lives!
Evan, you fucking pussy!
Yes!
Oh, fuck. I'm never ever gonna kill someone with a fucking chainsaw. It's so not fair.
Still a couple episodes left, man.
Vigilante, you're with me. We'll check the bays around back. Peacemaker, you and Adebayo question the employees in the front office, find out.
That's what they were.
Definitely gonna be chill.
Fucking chill, dude. Jesus, relax. I'm freaking out.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Oh, damn!
Murder. Butterflies.
What the fuck?
X-ray vision. I can see in their brains.
Wowza.
Oh.
Cool.
Great gag.
You don't have to shoot people after I already killed them.
It's good practice.
Is this all they can eat?
Must be.
Wow.
Damn, it was like a zombie movie.
Like Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
Whoa.
There's a fucking...
Oh, it's the
She's gonna say
gorilla?
gorilla? Yeah. It's a gorilla Grodd.
Says the one that escaped from the zoo, right?
Yeah.
From the news, I think the episode 2.
What the hell is that?
It's a grenade I tied to a Russian tank shell.
Why not just the grenade?
Grenade blows up like 2 people.
How many people does this blow up?
I don't know. I invented it this morning.
What?
Oh no.
Eat peace, motherfuckers! Go!
Cool.
Shot.
You guys!
You're gonna have to go in there.
I'm worried he's gonna die.
Run, Adebayo would have been appreciated.
Really? I need to tell you to run from a fucking bomb?
That is a good point. It is a bomb.
He did tell you exactly what it was.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Fuck.
Oh.
That, I think it is Gorilla Grodd.
Just told him to die.
Oh! I don't like seeing a gorilla. I don't know if it's Gorilla Grodd.
You fucking stud! Fucking stud!
Finally.
Hardcore. Not bad, huh?
Yeah, not bad.
Kill the gorilla with a chainsaw! Who fucking does that? Motherfucker!
Aww.
I didn't do it, you fucking know it!
He was just told he's not getting out of jail. They got his fingerprint results back from the lab. They matched the prints at the crime scene.
Oh no.
Captain, what the hell is going on?
Oh,
You're good. Why don't you take the rest of the night off? Give yourself a well-deserved rest.
I don't need a rest.
Urgent request, Detective.
Is that character actor Chris Heyerdahl?
Does it need to be prefaced with character actor?
No.
Hello? Good.
This means butterflies can use any life form as a host.
Chihuahua?
Probably wouldn't fit.
Would be cool, though.
That wouldn't be cool at all. Why would that be cool?
You tell me.
It wouldn't be.
There's your answer.
I love him.
You all have under arrest.
Yeah.
You cool?
Yeah.
Mern's showing more
What was that
emotions
look?
this episode.
What we got going here?
I mean, it would have been a lot cooler if Economos came in and he was like, hey, and then he tossed me the chainsaw across the room. And then I killed a gorilla.
What are you talking about, man?
I had just said how much I wanted to kill someone with a chainsaw like 50 minutes earlier, and then Economos just coincidentally comes in and kills someone with one. I mean, it kind of seems like he was trying to fuck with me a little.
Fucking thimble.
Aww.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Uncle Will. We need a search warrant. You ever heard of a guy named Peacemaker?
Come on in.
I feel like everyone's a butterfly.
Yeah.
That's a condemning photo. I love how this is bringing them together. Aquaman.
I'm not gonna grab a drink.
What do you mean? Come on, I want to celebrate.
Are you gonna try to fuck me?
I think that gorilla broke my dick.
Kite Man! Damn, Kite Man!
Gotta see that at some point.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh god! Oh, what's rude is you giving me a feces drink.
No, it's not that bad. Yum.
Do you just have a beer? You in hardcore? Hell, Chris, I don't know. Look, I doubt that you and her are a possibility, but hey, you never know.
I'm quoting here. Just because you're handsome.
It's not even a sentence.
Well, she said,
Oh.
just because you're handsome, you think you can do whatever you want.
Right?
Even though you're a piece of shit murderer.
You really aren't a bad guy. Be Chris Smith. I think people actually might like you.
I like you.
I just never had this before.
What?
This, you giving me advice and having my back.
Oh.
Oh, the diary.
No.
Why are you here?
Couldn't sleep.
Oh, the X-ray.
No.
Activate X-ray vision.
Be cool. Be cool.
Yo, Mr. Mern, this is crazy. You gotta check this.
Ugh. Oh, no. No.
No. Oh, Mern.
Do not harm her.
Ooh, damn. That was like, oh, damn, we're gonna kill her off.
And the way they held that in the X-ray vision makes it scarier. POV.
Trying to guess where the post-credit scene would be from.
It's got to be more names he's spouting off of who they could have framed, is my guess.
It's not bad call, yeah, let's go with that.
Seemed like that was just like a whole bunch of improv.
I'm gonna say something with the cops.
Mariska Hargitay, Mario, Super Mario, fucking Luigi, Yoshi, two old guys from the balcony and the Muppets, Jim Morrison, any one of the fucking Beatles, Pete Best.
Jesus.
Most of those, you're right, could probably go to prison, but I would never put Ariana Grande in there. She looks too innocent.
Possibly true. Possibly.
This is such a delightful show.
Damn, I forgot all about the planning of the diary.
Yeah, man.
Until like moments were happening.
They're good at making you forget about the heaviest things.
True.
Well, it seems like that secret with Myrn is about to come out in a really huge way in the next episode.
Yeah.
Because, I was kind of taken aback that, like, I can't remember how many episodes the season is supposed to be, but one thing I do appreciate is, while I would imagine that if this is super successful, they'll want to continue, it does seem like they don't have to pull any punches in terms of how the story is moving, and I feel like we're at that sort of halfway point now, or maybe even a little past it,
Sure.
where, for Myrn's true nature to start revealing itself, I think is the next sort of logical domino to fall, because, we've had these little teases of him having more and more emotion, and even in his small appearance in this episode, he seems to be emoting more, and this, being that it is the cliffhanger, and it's a pretty vicious attack. Part of me, in any TV show, when an episode ends like this, I'm like, okay, what's going to be the reversal at the end of the next one? But right now, I can't really imagine a reversal so much as just, the repercussions of, her accidentally discovering this really nasty secret. But, it could work out in some other way that Myrn is actually, kind of going against his people or whatever. But I don't know. I thought that was a very sort of intense way to cap things off after a pretty, straightforward mission episode,
Yep. Definitely, especially because what I think this show has been doing really well is knowing how to handle the downtime of these characters. Like, really, that's when they really let character development happen. It's like usually when they're talking about missions, it's either something that's intense or funny. Like, they keep it really like comic based with a lot of the banter and stuff. But even within the banter, they keep it character based, which is something I really appreciate about this show. Right down to like the beginning of this with Peacemaker and I call him Diebeard, Peacemaker and Economos, with all the insulting that he's directing towards him is all things that he's like I love that way how they edited that together, where obviously John Cena riffed a lot of pop culture celebrity names, and then when he like explodes on him about like putting his dad back in jail, you're like, yeah, that's what this is all really about. He's always picked on him, but now it's like this aggressive form, and I like the layers that they add to it of he's a bully and he doesn't really acknowledge or even realize just how verbally abusive he can actually be. Even like, I love that line, but like, I've been bullied too. People call me a bully, and they talk about how abusive I am. It's just,
it makes me feel really bad.
It's such a narcissistic way of handling things.
Yeah,
and I love that. I love the way they implement that into the series. But it's cool of they set them up here where we're just 6 people. We're taking on the alien threat. We're taking on this world, and yet by the time they're done with their mission, they conquer something that normally anyone would die doing. I don't like animal deaths and stuff. I can handle watching them. I personally just don't never like on board to see it, especially killing a gorilla. Not my cup of tea, but it was still an exciting scene, and it is just so funny how like you don't see that coming. That's what I think is great about how they handle the arc of them coming together as a unit. That's something that we've talked about in earlier episodes. Is like, when's that moment going to be? This is like the James Gunn show, misfits, who have to band together in ways they don't want to. So it's going to happen eventually where they're going to start feeling like an actual unit, an actual team. And I thought it was such a great linchpin moment of it's when Economos deals the final strike. That's like the thing that was really preventing this group from feeling like an actual group was this rift that was still occurring with Peacemaker and Economos, and then when Economos kills the gorilla and how it's like just so celebratory, and then suddenly when they're in the you have this really good visual illustration of when they're driving to there, they are not getting along still, and then when they're driving back from there covered in blood doing the mission together, they feel like an actual team, an actual unit. The camaraderie, and I love like the human touches of like hardcore starts a group text. You see these people all struggle with vulnerability and connecting. I feel like Adebayo has things that she has to work towards, but at the same she has to work towards, but she's easily the most like, you know, empathetic.
Oh, yeah,
than
the rest of the sort of down to earth and in tune with just being a human out of everybody.
Yeah, so I just love the character development that they did here, and like it was one thing in terms of action that was refreshing to finally get in this show is something that I've been craving. Is like the scene in the Suicide Squad that was so cool, and especially upon Peacemaker's introduction in the Suicide Squad, was the butting of heads of like who's a better shot, who's a better marksman. And we haven't gotten that with this show. Like, we weren't getting any of that. Yeah. And we finally got it. We finally got it in here. And I thought it was just such a really cool, like, pulpy, bloody action scene that we had where they treated the butterfly. I thought the butterflies were a little bit more intelligent, to be honest.
Yes.
The way they at least set them up to be.
It seems like they're selectively intelligent based on how important the person they're embodying is.
Yeah, but it seems like when they have to fight, they go, like, full on just primal, like zombie
swarm. Yeah,
it did seem reminiscent of like the way Zack Snyder realized the zombies and Army of the Dead. That was the thing I flashed to the most.
Yeah, just bodies on top of bodies throwing themselves at the obstacle at hand. Yeah, like roaches.
That's not the only time that's ever like Zack Snyder didn't invent that that type of style, but that's the thing my mind went to, and obviously I'm not going to jump to the conclusion that James Gunn and company arrived on that from like, hey, we saw Army of the Dead, but we're also filming this simultaneously, you know.
Put it in there.
Put it in there, yeah. I'm not gonna say that's the inspiration, but yeah, it's just a little fun little thing I noticed. I thought they were setting up Gorilla Grodd because I'm like, talking gorilla, it must be. No, it's not. Because Gorilla Grodd has like more than just he's a gorilla who can talk. So he's massive and has oh god, is it like some type of, I'm trying to recall right now, is it telepathic? Yeah. Telepathic ability.
Telepathic is when you can like communicate, you know, extrasensory.
Yes.
Not like telekinesis is when you can move stuff, and telepathy is when you can communicate with your mind.
No, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I played him from Injustice and the Flash show. Is where and it's only like a couple of comics. He was never, Gorilla Grodd's never really been my favorite character, but it was still exciting. I'd be excited to see what a James Gunn version of Gorilla Grodd would be. Basically, that's why I was jumping at because he's never really been someone I've personally loved. So the idea of seeing him in like a James Gunn show, like, ooh, that's cool. He's Kite Man.
Hey.
Kite Man. I wonder if James Gunn watches the Harley Quinn cartoon.
I wouldn't be surprised. He seems like he's very well steeped in all this stuff, and probably keeps an eye on it regardless of what he's working on it being for work. He seems like a fan of this stuff, so I could absolutely see that.
Oh, the developing relationships is something I'm really loving. Like, what'd you think about like when Adebayo went back to his place?
Oh, I thought that was lovely. And I mean, you know, like, part of the charm of any of these kinds of shows is getting to see the different pairings of characters. But yeah, like, I thought that was played really beautifully at first, her being like, are you trying to hit on me? And then bringing it back to the central conflict of the whole, I mean, she is a great cipher because, I mean, yeah, she's clearly capable of these things that are way over and beyond, you know, a regular person's just, you know, normal, you know, work array. But at the same time, it pulls it into that, you know, real conflict of great, I have to do this really nasty thing that I had forgotten about with the diary. You know, they're good at making you forget in those moments of camaraderie. And so, yeah, I thought it was a really sweet moment and a really well played moment on her part. Just the conflict of having this guy who is like finally opening up and finally starting to, you know, at least from him to her, you know, I trust you. I want to, you know, celebrate with you. I want to continue this bonding moment with you.
True.
And that drives the knife in just that much deeper. And it's like, you know, she's not even the hardest character to imagine that he could get on board with, because throughout the show she's given him the biggest benefit of the doubt out of everybody, and it hurts just that much more the way that has to go down. And two, I mean, the way that she's sort of caught in between her mom, who obviously is who she is and has the status that she has, and Myrn, who is a similar kind of character in that, you know, he's clearly pulling the strings of this clandestine operation. He's clearly connected beyond anything that we're aware of. And it's funny that it should come down to her kind of in the middle of all those things as like the unlikely linchpin. And so, yeah, I thought that was a beautiful but very kind of heart-crunching exchange there. And I'm very fascinated to see what will happen when Chris finally discovers the diary.
Yeah.
You know.
It is interesting how they peel back Chris, because you reintroduce him back into the show with the kind of humor that he has, the kind of personality he has when he's around others and doing the missions and whatever. And then over the course of a couple of episodes later, you really start showing the layers underneath him, that he's really a lost soul, feels like a lost cause, and is just really depressed, seeks validation. Like you explore it first with humor, then you really explore it with like the pathos of it, where it's just really raw. And then when he goes back into the work field, you see him resort back to that personality. And now it's like, oh, there's just so much more layers now to who he is.
Yeah.
He's doing the things he did in the first couple episodes, but now it's just so much deeper when you're watching it. You're like, oh man, he's just acting out this whole time.
Such a greater understanding of everything.
It's amazing. It's amazing writing. I think it's like great writing of the characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like Vigilante being part of the team a little bit more, but then of course you got this other plot that I'm wondering if it's mainly just going to be a setup for another season. I feel like they're gearing up for another season, because we're almost done with this show, and then HBO Max does say season 1 on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it being picked up for another season. Might be something I just missed.
It's doing well enough right now that I could definitely see it happening.
Oh, totally, 100%. Yeah. But I'm like, how would you wrap up all this stuff with the white dragon?
Yeah.
How would you wrap all that stuff up here? 'Cause it feels like it has to amount or build to something like really catastrophic, something big. And I'm like, but if we got this whole other thing that seems like way more important to deal with, they're just keeping him in jail. So I'm like, I don't want it to end in some type of season 1 finale where you're like, too much. Now you're doing too much. You're trying to wrap up too much, you know?
Yeah.
Because they have an interesting plot here, because like the butterfly thing is so big and global scale threat. And obviously there's more manipulation at play, because there's like, all right, Economos is figuring out, what do we know? And I'm like, well, if Myrn really just had the agenda of wanting to solely just take them out, like take them down, wouldn't he like bullshit his way into giving them all the information in some way? Like, we got this information somehow, like, you know, instead of just waiting for the team to figure it out. I'm wondering if there's like some type of war within the butterflies themselves.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he's trying to use humanity on his side or as his weapons or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Because, why would he need to be doing this if it was just about an invasion or wiping out humanity? It doesn't seem like this would be necessary.
Yeah, and if he's just like, you know, like you're trying to like figure out what his motive is, like if him being a butterfly, if he's a butterfly who's like, I'm against the butterfly cause and the movement of what they're doing. So why wait for your team to like figure this out for you, for them? When I'm like, shouldn't you like kind of, you know, plant some information to make it easier for them to figure this out?
Yeah, either more actively mislead them or more actively help.
Yes, but then he attacks Adebayo. So I don't know, man. It's a good mystery to build up. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing with the white dragon in there, and then his dad being in prison, Augie, you know, you got the cops, who I want to kind of get to know them better as characters, because they do seem like very generic cops, and like, as much as there's jokes about like, she's Asian.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I just feel like her character, like, I have to remember her name is Sophie. It's hard for me to remember that.
Yeah.
And it's, and I'm like, but in my mind, I'm like, you're just Asian cop character. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because so
she's
much.
She's good though. I don't want to get that wrong. I'm sorry about that. I want to. They're doing good. It's just I want to. They're doing such a good job at making everyone real characters, and I want to get to that point with them.
Yeah, 100%. I like them. I was thinking a similar thing. I was like, I really like these actors. I like following these characters, and yet because they're not like, there are episodes that they don't even really appear in up until this point. Sure. And so it does, I think that's the most logical thing I can see from here is, okay, maybe their story is going to, you know, set up a tension in the now of, oh, are they going to find out that it really was Chris, and is that going to mess up the whole, you know, operation, you know, that Peacemaker is on? But beyond that, yeah, is this setting up for a greater conflict with Augie? And I don't know. I mean, like, I really like, I really like the two of them, and I would like to have a better idea of where they sit in the grand scheme of things, because if they are just some kind of setup for Augie to become the true big bad next season or whatever, you know, I feel like that might almost feel a little inconsequential for two characters who do feel like they're supposed to be a bit more engaged and important to the overall show, or who might ultimately wind up with our unlikely team by the end or something. So yeah, that's the one thread that like I like each time, and I don't quite know where it's headed for those particular characters.
I mean, I don't know where it's going for the cops. It feels like for Augie, they might not need to do some big Nazi white dragon thing, even though they've really been teasing that. I imagine that what the focus would be is it would be about Chris's arc with confronting his dad.
Yeah.
And standing up to him and really telling him, you know, how his dad ruined him, or how he doesn't believe in a lot of things his dad believes in, or, you know, some type of way of standing up to him to show his growth instead of always trying to get his validation, trying to get his approval. Because even while he just strives for that so much.
You can call him a bitch for ratting him out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's under the impression that Augie's under the impression that his son's trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Based off of the events of last episode with Vigilante, which I don't know if he knows about. I don't think Chris knows about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he learned about that fact yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot to unpack, and also I forget the James Gunn's girlfriend. I forget the actress's name. My bad.
Harcourt. Yeah.
But the character Harcourt.
Yeah.
I love the subtlety they do with her, of just like you see her growth and her warming up through expressions, not so much through dialogue. Like everyone else kind of gets dialogue. But you see
gets
little
the looks.
Yeah, she gets the looks, but I believe it. You know,
yeah.
it's really believable. So, and I think she's a really interesting character. I think all the characters here, pretty much the main squad, are really interesting.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, here we are, episode 5. Show is just incredibly solid. It is a very solid show. Leave your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for being here, and let's shout out some patrons who have been showing their support at a higher tier. Jason Freemason Dolan.
I crava Ava Drazdikova.
Pacemaker Chase Gardner.
Natalie Doran, always flooring me. You floor me.
Melanie committing felonies LeBlanc.
Jen Quite the Hen Smith.
Philip J. Smith Jr., the late bloomer.
I'm falling for Colin.
Parker Posey Rosie Beatty.
Ghost Bustin' Justin Martin.
SJ94, the most beautiful whore.
Rogue Cree, gotta go pee.
Joanna St. Louis, gotta go pee.
P. Peter Pacheco.
Simply Faded P.
Lauren, I gotta pee like an American horse.
Sean Don using that long john to pee.
Levitt Odell, oh hell, he's peeing on me.
Not peeing cause Kaz Patton is shatting.
Differently sane, gotta drain the main vein, still pee.
Olivia Del Guy. I'm out of urine jokes.
Anonymous pseudonymous entity. P.
Yeah,
yes,
we did it.
We brought it around.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for pledging to this, whatever this tier is.
For P jokes about
P
your name.
jokes. That's what you pledge. That's what it said. Sign up to get P jokes.
Next month it'll be a different bodily function. Which one? Who knows?
Thank you for your support, guys. You guys are thebomb.com. We'll see you soon.